Hi, I'm Tyler DeWitt, and I'm the creator of the videos for interactive general chemistry. Education, particularly science education, has always been my passion. After I went to college, I taught high school. I taught high school chemistry for a couple years, and I went back and did a PhD. And after I was done with grad school, I really wanted to go back to teaching, but I kind of wanted to do it in a different way. I remember watching some videos that were created by an educational publisher, and they were on some chemistry topics. They were beautiful animations, but the voiceover, it sounded so formal. It was using lots and lots of jargon, passive voice, which I don't think connects very well with students, and it was almost like everything was so beautiful that it was very easy for a student to just watch it, look at the pictures, and totally zone out because the narrator wasn't speaking to them. It wasn't presented to learners in an accessible way. And that was actually one of the catalysts for starting to make my own videos and thinking, I want to take a different approach that meets the students where they are. I want to make something that feels like I'm sitting next to a student together at a table and we're working on a problem. And I'm helping them out. I'm saying, okay, this is step one. Step two, now see what I did here. Oh, watch out, don't make this mistake. This is commonly made by students. Let me show you how to not be tripped up by that. I usually think back to the students that I taught in high school or when I was a graduate TA or the students that I tutored. And I think about when they were approaching those concepts, what did they struggle with? What were the things that really presented them with difficulty? So that's like the first thing I keep in mind. Then I hit the textbooks. Tons and tons of different textbooks to think about all the different ways that a particular topic might be covered. Then I start writing a script that incorporates a treatment from different textbooks as well as what I learned from my hands-on experience with students. And I work through it, making sure that it's really going to be accessible, making sure that I don't use words or definitions that I haven't already explained. I really wanted to capture, this dynamic of tutoring. I like to describe the materials, the props that I use as sort of a mixture of high-tech and low-tech. I use kind of a relatively sophisticated system of shooting with a camera that's pointing down and sometimes syncing a variety of cameras. But the most important props are right here. They're my hands. I'm using handwritten pieces of paper, solving equations myself with my hands and so forth. And again, that's deliberate. It's so that students feel like they're right there with me. We did a ton of student research before we started this project. And so we made a variety of different types of videos. And this was one of the things that was so fun about working on this project is we did videos with the face and without the face. We tried them with the hands and without the hands, and we put them in front of actual students. And we took a whole bunch of data and we asked the students, what do you like best? It turned out some students really loved the face, others found it very distracting. So we decided it was best to leave out the face, but everybody seemed to like the hands. They liked how it directed attention, how it showed them what to focus on. The videos have always been conversational. I want it to feel like a student is sitting next to me. The sort of conversation that happens between a TA and a student when they show up at office hours. For example, something that I always do is use direct pronouns. So I'm always saying, let's do this. Watch out for this. I want you to be very careful of that. And that's the sort of thing you tend not to have in a more formal video or even in a text, but there's nothing wrong, there's nothing incorrect about content that's presented with we or with I or with you. It's just something that is a little less formal than most videos. Working with Macmillan was so much fun. Truth be told, I've been approached by a variety of other publishers to do similar work. The conversations with Macmillan were different. From the start, they said, we love what you're doing on YouTube, and we want you to do something very similar for interactive general chemistry. Other publishers that have approached me say, we like what you've done on YouTube. We have something very different in mind for our product. It's going to be much more formal videos. It's not going to be conversational, no hands, no writing, no pieces of paper. So it would be very hard for me to work in a situation like that. Macmillan was great because they were like, let's work together to see how we can recreate what you've been doing on YouTube in the context of this chemistry textbook that we're developing. So it was so fun, just every step of the way, thinking how can we be true to the conversational, to the informal nature of these sort of tutorial videos while thinking about how we're going to present them in a textbook.